If you're starting a personal brand, you would have noticed that there's a big problem with a lot of the advice out there because it either completely overwhelms you or it goes straight over your head. And this is because the people that you're taking advice from, they're not in the trenches anymore. Okay, they're making multiple 6 and 7 figure months and they would have seemed to have forgotten where they came from. So somebody who is currently in the trenches, who's 1 year deep into running their personal brand, this is everything that I did to make my very first sale. Now, number one, you got to be creating content. Otherwise, how are people going to know about the product or service that you're selling? Number two, which is arguably the most important, you need to figure out what your audience wants. If you think you know what that is, you do not. You need to give your audience what they actually want, not what you think they want, okay? Because they are two very different things. And there's one way that you can do this that I wish I did when I first started, and that's making your first product with your audience. What do I mean by this? This could be as simple as just putting out community posts on the YouTube community tab saying, hey, what would really help you guys out right now? You can make sure that you're delivering a product and a service that is actually what people want. Now, after you're coming up with said product and service, we need to figure out a pricing strategy. I advocate for low ticket pricing because that's what I went for and that's what worked for me. Benefit of having low ticket pricing is that there's a lot less pressure. The items that you're selling for low ticket usually take a lot less effort, a lot less time. They're quicker for you to produce, and it's a good way to get that fast feedback loop to know whether the products or services that you're providing are actually worthwhile, because there's no point in you spending a couple of weeks, maybe months building a course and you find out that nobody wants it. Now, if you think that we're done and you can start riding off into the sunset with this massive bag of money that you have on your back, you would be wrong, because before we do the wide sale, we need to do something which is called a pre-sale, which is where we just further qualify the product that we're selling and just making sure that there's some actual demand for it. Now, usually this will be sold at a slightly discounted price compared to what the actual or the original item is going to be sold at. And the people that are buying is mainly going to be your super hot fans, okay? The people that just watch every little bit of content that you drop and they just love you, which is great. Now, before we move on, one of the most important things that I need to mention here is that do not expect this first item or this first pre-sale to get a boatload of cash or boatload of people in. This is purely just a soft test, okay? Just to make sure that the idea that we are moving forward with is a good one. Okay, after you've done the pre-sale and you've sent some people from your email list, if you have one, you're going to want to do the wide release. And it's as simple as just clicking the button or whatever you have that says launch. After that, which is even more important, okay, it's just spamming content to that sales page. Okay, the game of conversions, it is simply a numbers game. It's going to take you X amount of people to make your first sale, and the best way to do that is by driving people from your YouTube channel or your social media. Wasp. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better. Now, from this point, one of two things can start to happen. You can either get extremely lucky and start getting a boatload of sales straight away. And by boatload, I probably mean like your first 5. Or something else can happen, which is what happened to me. And that's that you get no sales. Nobody buys your product. I cried the first time that happened. I actually did. So from that point, if you find that your sales page or your landing page isn't converting, then there's one super simple fix that you can do in the matter of like 5 to 10 minutes. And that's just to change something about the sales page. Okay, whether that be the header, whether it be the VSL. The key is here though, just to change one thing at a time, assess the results, then change something else until you can keep refining that sales page. Now, in its bare bones form, that was literally everything that I did to make my very first sale. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe it, and I'll see you on the next one. But if you want to know my fail-proof system for picking a profitable personal brand niche, then I would click the video on screen.